Hi everyone and welcome back to Sonia's Prep. Today I wanted to take you along on how I meal prep for the week. I'm going to be using very basic and simple ingredients that will create a very versatile menu plan for me and my family throughout this week. These are some of the meal ideas that I was able to whip up with these basic ingredients. So now it's time to roll up my sleeves and get cooking. I'm basically starting off with washing all of my grains. I'm going to be using some brown rice here. I washed 1 cup of it, added 2 cups of water to the rice, some oil and some salt, and placed that onto my stovetop. I'll be doing the exact same thing with some quinoa. I measured out 1 cup of it. I'm gonna give it a good rinse, and to cook it I just followed the directions on the container, which is about 2 cups of water, a splash of oil, and a sprinkling of salt, and I placed that on the stovetop as well. My husband also brought home these corn on the cobs, so I'm just going to be shucking them and placing them into some water to boil. So my whole entire idea of meal planning is to doing as much as I possibly can at the same time. So as you can see, I put up 4 separate pots onto the stovetop. By cooking everything at the exact same time, I'm just saving a lot of time in the kitchen. So the corn is going in, I have the brown rice and quinoa cooking, and I'm also boiling a little bit of water to boil my eggs, and I like mine soft boiled. And to get perfectly soft boiled eggs, I place eggs into boiling water for 7 minutes. Now I'll be moving on to putting things into the oven to cook as well, so that simultaneously we have things cooking in the oven and on the stovetop. I place a little bit of avocado oil over the potatoes and season everything with some salt and black pepper. I give everything a mix just to incorporate the seasonings and the oil all throughout. To make my sweet potato toast, I simply take a sweet potato and slice it in a few slices, and do the exact same thing by placing some seasoning and oil over them. I place the entire tray into a preheated oven set at 400 degrees. It usually takes between 20 and 40 minutes until everything is cooked. At this point, the eggs have been cooking for 7 minutes and they're all ready to come out. I shock them with a little bit of cold water and place them into a container where I'll be storing it in the fridge. At this point, the brown rice and quinoa are all ready. I shut the fire off and fluff up all the grains. Now I'm preparing some sweet potato that I can crisp up in the oven, like very, very thin sweet potato fries. I'm using this mandolin slicer, slicing up everything very thinly, and I'll be placing that into the oven as soon as all of the vegetables are cooked that are in there right now. Whatever has finished cooking, I'm just placing and transferring them into these glass snapware set that I got. I think I got this from Costco, but I'll link it in the description box below. I cooked the corn for about 30 to 40 minutes, and at this point they're all fully cooked. The sweet potato that I have shredded previously, I'm now placing into that baking tray, sprinkling on some salt and black pepper and drizzling in a little bit of avocado oil and placing it into the oven to crispen up at about 450 degrees for about 15 to 25 minutes. Now that all of these very simple ingredients have been prepped, I'm storing them away and placing them into the refrigerator so that I can easily put them all together into a variety of different meals. I'll just be prepping two more things, and that's my dressings. I'm going to be making a pesto sauce. I have about a quarter cup of oil, some cilantro or parsley, some basil or even mint. It's really whatever kind of green you have on hand. I placed in 2 cloves of garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper, and a good squeeze of lemon juice. I do this all in my food processor, as you see, and I give it a very good pulse until it's all nice and silky smooth. Another dressing that I love doing is this white dressing that I always make on my channel. It's a little bit of mayo, a few tablespoons of water, a squeeze of a lemon juice, some salt and black pepper, and I don't even wash out the container as you see here because I do like greens in this dressing. I also added in a few cloves of garlic, and here now that both of my dressings are prepared, it's very nice and convenient for me to add them to any of my meals, and it's nice and healthy and I know exactly what's in it. There are so many ways that these ingredients can be made into super delicious meals, and here are a few of my examples. Into a skillet, I place a few tablespoons of oil, a few cloves of crushed garlic, some cumin, some coriander, just a few dashes of each, with some salt and black pepper. I'm gonna mix all of those ingredients together until the garlic starts to sizzle and release that amazing aroma. I then add in some beans and some salsa. You can definitely add in chickpeas or just plain hot sauce or tomato sauce, whatever you have on hand. And then I add in my mixed greens that I have here, just a handful, and I toss them around just until they start wilting. In the meantime, I'm going to be heating up some of the quinoa that I've already prepped earlier in the week. On the plate here, I have some sweet potato that I have warmed up earlier. I'm going to be mashing the inside so that I could have enough surface area to place in all of my other things. I top it all off with a few cubed up avocados and that pesto sauce that I have made as well. Another great meal idea, which can either be breakfast or lunch or even dinner. I take my sweet potato toasts that we have baked in the oven. I'm placing them on a plate and I'll be either microwaving it or placing it on a skillet to warm through. Now that it's nice and warm, I have a few avocados here that I'm going to be mixing in with some lemon juice, salt, and black pepper and giving it a good mush with the back of my fork. Just like avocado egg toast, I'm going to be placing the avocados onto my sweet potato toast, mashing that down and adding in a few greens over the top. Here I have a mixture of spinach and arugula. And right over the top of those greens, I'm going to be slicing up some of the soft-boiled eggs that we've prepped earlier. Another really quick way of making a dinner or a lunch is by making a huge burro bowl. Is basically greens and any other ingredients that you like to add to it. So here I'm just basically adding in all of the stuff that we've prepped earlier in the week. So I have my salad, quinoa, beans, salt, boiled eggs, avocado, and that delicious white sauce that I make. And it is just super delicious, very quick to put together. Here I'm going to be making a sweet potato nest with some soft boiled eggs over the top of them. I use those shredded sweet potatoes that we've oven baked. I just heat them through again with a little bit of oil and place in 2 eggs over the top. I do cover them so that they can cook faster and don't have that gooey texture over the top. And once that's done, we are ready to serve and plate. Another great idea for lunch or a dinner is by taking those oven baked potatoes, scratching them up in the middle, and placing in some delicious guacamole and placing in some nice spicy jalapenos over the top. You could even add in a little bit more grains, maybe a quinoa or brown rice to make you more full. But this was perfect for me. I know I'm gonna have tons of questions as to why this meal prep does not include any meat or chicken or fish. I just wanted to give you the basics this time, and I personally eat so much meat and chicken and fish on the weekends. Sometimes, especially in the summer, I just want to take a little break from it all. So here is just a simple and quick idea that I like to go to for a week when I just want to have mostly fruits, vegetables, and lots of greens. I hope you guys like this meal prep, and if you did, give this video a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of these videos, leave me a comment down below. There are so many other ways that we can include all of the ingredients that we've prepped into our meals, and I have so many videos out already on my channel. I'll have some of them linked in the description box below for you so you could have a better idea.